I was there and then I was gone. And now I am still gone. Oh, now I'm back. Weird. Technical difficulties after being gone for a month. Hello, everyone.
Hello, friends and enemies.
I'm here with my good pal Ali.
This is Default.
Hi. Uh, I've been gone for a month because a lot of stuff went wrong. I ended up failing both of the classes I was in for college and had to go to the ER for my back. So I couldn't sit for a good like week and a half. Hello, Chris.
Damn, not being able to sit sucks. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, it was rough. I can finally sit long enough now that I can potentially stream again. But yeah, like literally, it was so bad that I had to either lay down or like hobble around, and sitting down hurt too much. Um, so yeah, essentially, I have a almost herniated disc. I don't remember the exact term for it, but basically, it hasn't quite herniated yet, but it is close, and that's the reason I'm in a lot of pain. So there's that. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, should I call you acronyms, or do you already have a nickname for them?
I use Sil.
Still works. Designing an escape room is going to be fun. I'm hoping it is at least. I used to work at an escape room place, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to. I believe so. Yeah, essentially, to the point where like my entire lower back hurt whenever I like moved at all. Um, anything like below my like waistline, if it moved, it hurt. Um, so yeah, it was a rough time for sure. Um, but yeah, now I'm doing a lot better. So um, I should be able to hopefully get back to it. Um, I'm gonna switch into from the just chatting screen to the Wee.
Oh, I'm already there.
Oh, I'm getting into the designing an escape room scene. Here we go.
Yeah, I've never been to an escape room, but I've played a lot of them.
The games.
Yeah.
Fair. I used to work in an escape room for a little bit. I have a
Oh.
story about it. So I am openly queer, right? As I've made clear plenty of times. Um,
What?
I know, right? Crazy. But I worked at an escape room in Texas, right? I
Mm-hmm.
was getting paid minimum wage, 7.30 an hour. Or like 5 cents more than minimum, but basically minimum. Um, and they had this system there. Um, I know, crazy. Still, what was I saying? Right. So I ended up going and working there for like 2 to 3 months, right? But at the beginning, I was one of the only like visibly queer people working there because it's Texas, and they had this system in place where it's like you would get stars. It was like a star board, right? It was like a star chart, like a chart where like in elementary school, kids would get stars for good behavior and whatever. Like if you got a certain number of stars, you got a lollipop or whatever. Um, in this one, it was whoever got the most stars in a month would get a $25 gift card to their choice of place,
Oh, that's
right?
cool.
You say that. However, it was like whoever got the most like tags on Yelp or like with their
Oh,
specifically with their name on it, whoever got the most like reviews on Yelp with their name on it, whoever got like the most people coming back, like each stuff was worth a certain amount of stars, and I was
less cool.
vehemently against being on that board. I'm like, I do not want to compete with my coworkers. They are my friends. Um,
Yeah, also, it's like you could do it in a way that's like not a competition.
exactly. Like you can encourage this without creating a competition for it. I'm not competing against my coworkers get to give the customer a good experience. I enjoy this job. I want to make it fun for everybody, right? Like that's the whole point. So what I'm like I don't want to make this like a negative experience for anyone. Um, and that includes my coworkers because they're my friends. Thank you for the follow. Oh my god, I forgot about compliment bot. Chris's apparently spirit animal is a waffle covered in confetti. Congratulations.
Hooray. That doesn't
Um,
show in my chat. I think bots don't.
Well, no, it doesn't write it out. It just says it verbally.
Oh,
So I have it say it verbally. So I just heard that on my stream. So
even better.
congratulations, Chris. I completely forgot about Compliment Bot. Yeah, fully like mentally forgot about that. It randomly pulls from a list of compliments that were generated on one of those like name generation website style things. Yeah, I don't know. I just pulled the list from that site, and so I'm gonna have to go through and exchange that one. But like, it's literally like just random silly compliments, and some of them sound like backhanded compliments for sure. But anyway, so there was that.
That's better.
Thing.
That they're
There was that
backhanded.
thing. Yeah. I mean, you know, you get what you get when you follow me. But you go into that store, and like it was so sterile, and I tried to make it like a lively, fun experience, you know. I learned the rooms, I learned the ins and outs of the rooms. I did my best to be like a presenter, and what I would do is my job was I would intake people, I would help them sign up if they needed to sign up. I would then give the spiel beforehand about the rooms with all the rules and all like the lore of the room itself, and then I would take them to the room, and then I would go and I would be on the monitors. We had cameras in the rooms or whatever, and so I'd be able to watch what they were doing. And then we had TV monitors in the corner or whatever that had like little lines of whatever, and whenever I would write a line, it would ding them, and they would read that line, and they would be able to, like, it would be like the hint system, it would be like the hint system, and it would be like the fucking it would also be like a way for me to like be in character for the whatever, right, without being intrusive, and like speaking my voice over the game. So it was an interesting way of doing it, absolutely, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I would always make it fun for people and do my best to do that. And apparently I would get the most every month for the 3 months that I was there. I got the most people coming back. I got the most people like leaving reviews, and I got the most people Oh, sometimes it does that. I apologize about that, Chris. My auto mod goes crazy sometimes. You're fine. I apologize about that. But you should be fine. You're not like in trouble or anything. I don't know why. Sometimes it will remove random messages, and it's the stupidest thing. I apologize about that. But we went and when I was there, right? So when I was there, I was like consistently the best performing employee, and like I never like made that like a thing of pride or anything necessarily. I was just like, I'm doing my job. I like this job. I enjoy running these games. It's a very creative endeavor. I reset the rooms pretty quickly, all that stuff, right? And my coworkers liked me. Not to brag, but my coworkers liked me, and so I had met the managers who ran this one. It was like a franchise sort of thing. But it wasn't a franchise. They just had multiple locations. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's got a little bit of motion to it. I can like move my mouse around and like kind of slightly look around with my with the little eyes, and it kind of bobs. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to keep my art simple and whatnot. But finally, I had met the managers who ran the store. And there were multiple locations, and finally the owner comes to meet me because I'm doing well. The owner apparently was a hyper-Christian person, like a hyper-conservative Christian person in Texas.
Whoa.
As soon as they met me, it was clear that their attitude shifted, and they did not like me because I was visibly queer. And I came, and literally the next day, I get a call from the manager saying, "I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. We're going a different direction." And I'm like, did I do something wrong? Was there anything I can do better for my next job? You know, the typical questions that people ask when they're fired from a place. And it's like, I'm like, is there anything I could have done better? Like, to make sure I don't do it in my next job? Like, what did I do wrong? And they're like, no, we're just going a different direction. And they said that 3 times and then hung up. And, like, it's not the only time I've been fired, but that one was the most blatantly, it's because you're queer. And I was so pissed because I love that job. and it was a creative job, but I just happened to be visibly queer, and the owner did not like that.
That sucks.
And I probably could have tried to sue, but at the time I was like younger, and I was like, I was just frustrated. I'm like, I'm not gonna try to fight this or whatever. I was being paid $7.30 an hour, and it cost me half of that to get there in gas. Anyway, so like, I was frustrated, but like, I like that job, and I've wanted to work in an escape room ever since. I've applied to a lot of them, but I've never gotten in with an interview or anything because it's like a niche job. So, anyway, that is my experience with escape rooms, and I really enjoy them. And I've designed a little bit of my own before. It is horrendous. Welcome to Texas. That's Texas for you.
That is
I'm
Texas.
no longer living there, thank God. I'm now living in Washington State, where the minimum is 1540 something, I think, is the minimum. So it's like basically more than double. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with some of the concepts of an escape room. So almost every single escape room starts with a theme, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not an M. That's an M. So some of the themes that I've had in mind, I know, but I love that job, and I was willing to work at minimum wage because I needed a job, and also it was creative, and it didn't burn me out. So the themes in the place that I was at, one was a camp, like a child's camp, you know? Hi, Chris! So...
2 Chris's. Look at that.
Chris's...
A couple of Chris's.
I don't think I spelled child right there. Whatever. I can't tell. So it was like a campgrounds theme. There's only enough room for one. There was a medieval theme, a medieval, Wizard's Tower.
Oh, that's cool.
There was a penthouse apartment. There was a summer camp was the word I was looking for. There we go. The penthouse apartment, where you solved a murder. There was you were a supervillain.
Oh, that's neat.
In like a urban metropolis where you had to do a heist.
Love a good heist.
My handwriting is just getting worse and worse. Supervillain Metropolis heist. And there were a couple of the rooms that weren't as like interesting to me that I can't remember. Oh, there was a pirate one.
Yeah, I get that being less interesting.
And a Wild West one.
And a Wild West. Yeah, compared to Medieval Wizard Tower. And Penthouse Murder.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I stopped the filter voice a while ago. I liked it, but it was apparently too grating to people, and so I just switched to my normal voice. I'm not as big a fan of my normal voice, but such is life. I'd rather not annoy people who want to watch my stuff otherwise. What's up?
Hey, Prawn, how's it going?
Hello. So these are like the themes that were in that one there, and they rotated out a couple of the rooms because they were easy enough to switch out. But the permanent ones were the Children's Camp, the Wizard's Tower, the Penthouse, and the Supervillain. And then they had 2 other rooms that they would rotate out. These were the ones while I was there that were rotated. Because the pirate ship in Wild West had like wooden slats on the walls, so it was easy to switch them theming-wise. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. So these are ones we can, if we want to, piggyback off of, but we don't have to. I'm more than willing to come up with other ones. And we can work on that now if you'd like to think of some theme ideas. One that I had previously was a 50s diner.
Mm-hmm.
Mystery. That was one that I had that I thought it would be fun to do, like a jukebox puzzle and like a cash register puzzle and like the grill and having the like the seats and everything, and like you could like search under the tables and like it feels like the kind of place that would be ripe or ripe with potential for secrets.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love escape rooms. I love the concept of an escape room. So that's one that I had an idea I had previously. I have also, it'd be a little bit more difficult to design, but I think like a ship, not a ship, a spaceship. Emergency. Basically trying to solve a spaceship emergency. Like you're on a spaceship and like the alarms start going at the beginning or whatever, and it's like you're trying to. Oh, I am a DM for D&D actually. That was another thing I had suggested to Ollie for this collab stream. I've been doing D&D. Actually, I've been playing a D&D game recently, which has been great because I haven't been able to play in a long time, but thank God I'm finally able to play again. But yeah, I've been doing a campaign. We just finished an arc where they killed a false Hydra. It was a fun thing because I finally got to run a false Hydra. Nice.
Hell yeah.
I am a forever DM. But anyway, so those are a couple of ideas I've had. This one's pretty generic, but this one I think is a little more original. And the thing about like designing one is we're not restricted by cost or anything like that. We're just restricted by the ideas in our head. And then the whole like actual design of it would be like the whole like turning it from design into concept into an actual physical thing is where all the money and like logistics would come in. So we don't have to worry about all that, thank God. So we can just come up with cool concepts. Do you have any ideas off the top of your head? And just say anything, and we can like work on it from that.
The spaceship actually gives me an idea, but it's more of like the wreckage of a spaceship. Where you're trying to figure out maybe what happened. And also maybe you could have it like turn on partway through, and then you have to deal with like it having an emergency and you needing to shut off stuff to be able to get like out.
That's fun. I hope to eventually implement it. Right now we're just going to go through like the design ideas and like drawings, like concept art and stuff like that. I don't know how far we'll be able to get in this one stream though. But I do plan on continuing it absolutely. But yeah, that is a good idea. The being a wreckage investigator and having to escape the revived machine. If you have some, absolutely, but I'm talking with Ollie too. But yeah, like if you guys have ideas, you're welcome to throw them out.
I like anything with a murder mystery.
Murder is a good one. Murder's a staple.
Another one could be like thinking like a heist, right?
Yeah.
But when you get there, somebody else has already stolen the thing, and you have to figure out where the thief has hidden it and how to get past their security, which of course would be puzzles.
Get there and heist the heister. Hey, Hey, Crafty, welcome back.
Hello, Crafty.
100 points to Blue Shiggies. I haven't changed the points, so I will go through the stream later and update the points for this month.
Is Blue winning still?
I think Blue's probably winning, but I mean,
Good.
this is the first one for this month, so it is now. It's 100 points to Blue Shiggies, so they're in the lead currently.
Perfect.
Heisting the Heister. I think, like, setting-wise, we could potentially do, like, maybe a supermarket backroom.
Oh, that could be fun.
/ like break room area. This one would be a realistic one because it's cheap and you don't have to do too much like design work for it. Like this is like the reason that they're like that is because it's cheap to have it look like that in the back.
What
Perhaps,
medium are we making this in?
so right now this is just the full concept, right? So this is a concept document, is what I would think. So ideas are limitless. I personally just had that idea because it's like I'm almost always thinking of cost when it comes to things. Perhaps a modern semi-future lab scenario, an asteroid en route to Earth. For whatever reason, you are the only ones able to get the systems up and running in the lab to turn on a laser or rocket to destroy the asteroid. Hell yeah, Chris, go for it. Do your own.
Absolutely.
Escape Room Revolution. That sounds like a game in and of itself. Turn on lab base to shoot laser at asteroid
Let's go.
to save Earth.
Love that.
Oh, it could be like a Doom. That feels very Doom-like. Like, because hell and all that jazz. Just a Doom-themed escape room would be fun, too. But,
yeah. Something very, like...
fair.
Like Doom, like, looking... What if you want to save yourself and not necessarily Earth?
Mars to hell.
Maybe you're trying to activate something to get out because the Earth is actually doomed. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. To help Doom Guy.
Hell yeah.
I think that'd be fun. Be like, you're one of the only people that have like access to the system, and you're like, I don't want to be here. I'll help you, Doom Guy, if you help me, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That could be fun.
That could be so aesthetic too.
Absolutely. Doom Guy is objectively hot. But he's already marrying the dog from Animal Crossing, so oh well.
I love them together.
Yeah. Why don't I remember Elizabeth? No. It's something like that. Isabel, thank you. Isabel, thank you. Yeah. He's already married to Isabel.
Oh, get out the copy pasta. No. I'm okay. We're okay. We're moving past it. Oh, the internet has ruined so many characters.
I love that. That is such a cute little scenario. It just happened because they came out on the same day. Let's see. What else? There's got to be some other good ones. We got a good list of ideas here, but I want to come up with a couple more just to have like options, and then we can
Yeah.
flesh out some of these. Um. So a lot of them are like you're in a murder escape room and you have to get out before the murderer gets you or whatever, and those ones I always find a little boring. Um. Like I get them, but oh, that is super cute, Chris. Oh, thank you for the lurk. Yeah, Source Filmmaker's great. I
Hey,
used to use
Deck.
that.
Thank you for the
I
lurk.
made my brother and the animation in Source Filmmaker. It was fun.
Oh, that sounds cute though.
A stalker themed one. That's true. Like, but there's a lot of those, and I kind of want to come up with ones that aren't as like horror centric. I mean, Doom is like the hardest I'll go, but Doom is less horror and more power fantasy. What am I thinking? Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Um. Oh, Gary's mod? Yeah. Helldivers. But I wonder how that would be an escape room. Maybe to try and call them back after mission.
That could be cool.
Reestablish connection. Escape for democracy. Exactly. That could be one of them. There's also a couple other things we could do there. Sorry, I keep messing with my microphone because my pop filter has been sagging, and I'm trying to get it back up to normal. Yeah, exactly. So you're trying to figure out like a way to turn something on, or you're working. Maybe you're not one of the people that come down. You're one of the people that has to like get them back onto the ship or something, and something's gone wrong. Flaccid pop filter, exactly. That could be an interesting one. Let me just kind of do that real quick. And then I had a kind of idea. I was thinking maybe like a Backrooms one.
Ooh,
Backrooms
that would
theme?
be fun. Backrooms or SCP themed.
And that's pretty broad. And you can go a lot of ways with this one. I think this is a good list of just ideas in general that we can start off with, right? So these are the ones we came up with. An engineer team working to enable stratagems and the needing to help Pelican 1 get the coordinates to pick them up. The problem with the cargo door needing to be fixed so that they can enter before an enemy bot's cannon from the planet shoots it down. That could be interesting for sure. There's definitely a lot of stuff here. So as far as like, I'm gonna kind of divide these up into theme. So this is a theme, and this is a situation. Situation, theme, situation, theme with a little bit of situation in there, and then that's a theme. So we've got some themes and some situations. We can try to combine some if you want to have like a situation in a theme. I don't know how well some of these kind of fit together.
Some better than others.
Some better than others for sure. We could do a okay. The one of the best ways to pitch a backroom. Helldivers 50's Diners Murder Mystery taking place in the backrooms. Exactly. You fall into the Doom guy backrooms. You fall into hell.
That'd be fun. Let's fall into hell.
Okay. The best way to like pitch an escape room is to have a sentence. You are a blank that blank. You are a investigator, whatever your job, career, whatever is, the reason you're there, right? So, do any of these particularly stand out to you as ones you want to do right now? Because we can always come back to these later if we want to make this a series.
I mean, I do like the shipwreck, the spaceship. That's fun. I like the yeah. I like the backrooms theme.
Okay. Do you want to flip a coin for that?
Sure, unless there's one that you prefer between
the two.
Yeah.
I think there's more to go off of for the spaceship one at the moment.
Yeah.
And we can come back to this backrooms one at a future date.
Sure.
So you are a
shipwreck investigator.
Or
an explorer. Or something like that.
I think maybe like a shipwreck. Thank you, Snow. Thank you, Chris.
Salvager?
Yeah, salvager works, I think. Gets trapped in a spaceship that you were... That's not a W or an E. Sent to clean. To escape, you must, and then it's the blank,
solve puzzles.
Before you are terminated. How's that?
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a Mad Libs-esque system to help like design a So this is the one we're working on right now. So you're a shipwreck salvager that gets trapped. So it's sci-fi. Low fantasy. You're a shipwreck salvager that gets trapped in a spaceship that you were sent to clean. To escape, you must disable the security system before you are terminated. Fantastic. So we got our first line there. Now let's go over here and start working on some like general large scale ideas. Or broad view, rather, not large scale. So, since this is a spaceship, it's likely to have things like corridors, mess halls. So these are the general things that you'll find in like a run-of-the-mill spaceship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Corridors, airlocks, storage rooms, command rooms, living quarters, mess halls. So a lot of escape rooms are either just one room or a few rooms. We're not limited to that, thank goodness. But we can basically do like a set number of rooms in a layout, right? So let's just say we have a big box. This is our play space, right? And we kind of keep ourselves relatively restrained to this. And we have maybe the entrance here, right? E for entrance. We can enter into this would be like the destroyed entry, like docking bay,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. Start. Oop. Right. And usually you want to have, in a multi-room one, you want to have a couple puzzles per room that can be solved at the like in tandem. Usually a group will be going into an escape room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so usually you want to have a couple of puzzles per, if it's a multi-room one, you want a couple of puzzles per room that then unlock the next room or a couple of rooms at a time. So that people can branch out and work on things, and if they're stuck, can go and help the other party, etc. So, for example, if, say, this is the docking bay, and then we have a corridor here that leads to a storage closet, and a so usually you have to have at least two, but it's between the rooms that I ran were between 2 and 8 players at a time, right? So you have a storage room here, perhaps, and then it also leads to maybe a command bay and a mess hall. So let's say this is another corridor that leads to the mess hall over here. And let's say the door here has to be unlocked in the previous section. So I'm going to draw a little lock there. And storage, let's say storage is unlocked when you unlock this door. Right? And so that's already unlocked. And then say this leads to a couple of different spaces. This could be better organized here. Let me I need a bigger eraser.
I need to be right back.
Okay, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall in wherever you're going. All right, Jet, you're with me. Let's say the mess hall goes to right here. Right? And the mess hall is just straight open from there. Like there's a little entry hallway. Storage is right here. Better organized, I think. And then we'll say this corridor leads to another corridor, which is locked as well. To the living quarters and the command room. Let's make the docking bay a little smaller. Maybe something like this. So here we go. Right, this seems like a tangible way to lay out the rooms. Um, let me stretch. And maybe we don't even need this one to be locked right off the bat. We just have the 2 corridors just available to you as soon as you enter. Right? So the docking bay right here is destroyed and dilapidated, and we can come up with stuff for that there. The storage unit and the docking bay will have the keys to, and so once we have the layout, we can create a flow chart, right? So it starts at the docking bay. Which then leads to the corridor. I keep spelling it with 2 O's. The 2 O's are over here, I think. I actually don't know how to spell corridor. My brain is not. Whatever. You understand what I mean. You viewers understand what I mean. Hopefully. Which is corridor and storage. So we'll just call this one room, essentially. Which then will unlock. Which can branch out. Actually, you can unlock maybe 2 different rooms from this, or perhaps you need stuff to unlock. Like you can go straight from this to, say, the mess hall. But you need stuff from both storage and the mess hall to unlock the living quarters. And you need stuff from the docking bay, the mess hall, and the living quarters to unlock command. Right? So it's relatively linear for the first 2 rooms, which unlock the next one. And you'll find some puzzle pieces in the docking bay and the corridor for future rooms. But you can get from A to B to C if you do the correct puzzles in the right order. And then in order to unlock the next room, the living quarters, you have to go back to the corridor and storage rooms to find the rest of the information that the mess hall provides. The living quarters then allows you to unlock command from the docking bay, living quarters, and mess hall information. Right? And that is sort of the flow chart. And once you're in command, you then turn off turn off security lockdown, right? And then, so each of these arrows represents a puzzle or two, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 opportunities for puzzles, and you can add more in these locations to connect multiple puzzles, right? So maybe you have to solve a puzzle in order to unlock access to this puzzle, right? So that is where the complexities of an escape room start to build. And you want to have a story as to why this happened, right?
You're so back.
Welcome back. So what I've done is I've set up the rooms, right? It starts with a docking bay, corridor, and storage, right? So the docking bay starts off, you're locked in the docking bay, and you have to get through this door. That unlocks the corridor and storage, which then you get information in the corridor and storage to unlock the mess hall, one of these 2 doors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say maybe this is the kitchen area, and you can see the kitchen area, but you can't access the kitchen area until like later on or whatever.
Yeah. So you know it's there.
Yeah. Right. And so the floor chart would then use the mess hall and information from the corridor and mess hall to unlock the living quarters, and then you use the information from the living quarters, the mess hall, and the docking bay to unlock command, which then turns off security. So each of these arrows essentially represents a puzzle or two, right? So there's 8 arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 arrows at base, which can then be moved into... Let's say you can only unlock the let's add another one in here. The kitchen directly from the living quarters, which then can also help you unlock command, right? So let's just throw that in there to have an additional room that's visible but not accessible from the mess hall. So storage is unlocked at the start. But each of these other doors is locked, and you can get into those doors via some information, right? So there has to be a story as to what happened here that the players figure out throughout the course of the game. Right?
Yeah, like why the ship crashed.
There's always a what happened here in a good escape room. Not every escape room has one, but a lot of them are basically what happened here, and you're figuring that out.
Yeah.
Right? So this is where we work on the story aspect of it. Turn on the stabilization, maybe that'll help me write easier. So I would say if we want to be able to access these rooms, maybe it could be like a virus swept through here. So there's potential for a virus, perhaps a murderer ended up killing most of the crew, or a hostile entity.
Or mutiny.
Yeah, but what happened to the crew after that? What does mutiny lead to an empty ship, right? So that's things to figure out there. So there's potential for a lot of these things. It could be like virus/bacteria, something or other.
Could be a virus on the ship, like a computer virus.
Oh, yeah. Computer or living virus. Computer bacteria. Is that malware? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe that's bloatware. Maybe bloatware is a bacteria and malware is a virus. Thinking
Could be.
in like abstractions. But AI gone rogue.
That's always
That's
fun.
topical.
Very
So these
marathon
are,
coded.
huh?
Very marathon coded.
Indeed. Same with Soma. I'm getting a lot of Soma vibes from this, even though it's underwater and not in space. It definitely feels like it's in space.
Oh, I was
Um,
thinking a spaceship.
yeah, I was thinking spaceship as well, but my brain immediately was like a lot of these connect in my brain to Soma because of the story of Soma. I love
Oh,
Soma.
I
Um,
haven't played Soma.
it's so fucking good. You should play it. I played it with Honest back a while ago on stream,
Soma.
and it was great. I played it before on my own, but I played it with Honest to show it to Honest. Um, Fantastic game. Highly recommend. Um, right. So there's a multitude of different reasons, and that would also it could be maybe asteroid hit. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Cause people to try to escape. Um, so there's a lot of different reasons. Do any of these stick out to you as something that could be like an interesting reason for this ship to lock down?
Um, I like AI Gone Rogue.
Okay.
Um, so I have Soma.
Nice.
I just haven't played it.
You have
It's
to
in
play
my
it. It's so
Steam
good.
library.
1000% you should play it.
Noted. I'll put it on the list of on my short list.
Hell yeah.
Um, I like AI Gone Rogue. I like Hostile Entity.
A la
Um,
Alien.
I like a virus. Like a. I don't know. Maybe it kind of makes people, as it's
Sort of like a
like a zombie thing, right? Kind
zombie
of like
virus.
takes over them. Maybe not quite zombies, because I think zombies are kind of boring at this point, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Like a body snatcher.
Yeah, it could be. That could also work in Hostile Entity.
Hi Kim. How are you doing?
Hello.
I got a hi. How are you from Kim. How you been? We're making an escape room. So, whoa, a resubscribe. Thank you.
12 months, that's crazy. Let's go.
Jeebus Creebus. Hi, I'm doing okay. How are you? I'm tired, but good. Thank you so much. It's been a hot minute. I ended up having to go to the ER because of my back. I have a almost herniated disc that essentially damaged my sciatic nerve, and I was stuck in bed for several weeks, or a week and a half, essentially. Um, and because of that, I failed my exam for my math exam, and ended up um, failing both of my classes. So that's what's been up this month. So mentally I'm like I just need to take a break from streaming. So I'm like I'm done for now. I just kind of like shut off for essentially up till relatively recently. And then Ollie messaged, and we talked a little bit about what was going down with life, and we were like, I was like, I should probably get back to streaming, and then I offered a collab stream to start it back up, and here we are. We're creating an escape room.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. All right, where were we? So let's go with a body snatcher, hostile entity thing. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. So the crew picked up discarded cargo that had a mind snatching virus that took over slowly and caused a mutiny slash bloodbath from the remaining non-infected. Ultimately, the crew.
Hey, Goat.
and-
Thanks for the lurk.
Thank you for the lurk. And dooming the crew and how's that sound as a backstory? The crew picked up the discarded cargo that had a mind-snatching virus that took over slowly and caused a mutiny bloodbath, ultimately dooming the crew and causing the ship to eventually send an abandoned recovery signal to the players. And that's where we come in, to figure out what went down.
It actually adds an element of like, are we in trouble here, too?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
exactly.
have a puzzle where you have to use like a hazmat suit to like interact with something too. That could be cool.
Perhaps, yeah. It could be that, or it could even be like you figure out the daunting doom as like you don't know what's going on here. All you know is you got a recovery signal from this ship. So you go in to investigate, and then the horror of it dawns on you as you're going through the rooms. I think that is a fun twist on an escape room.
Absolutely. And I'm just thinking of like how, so you could have like logs and stuff to find, but also you can stumble across like physical evidence of it happening.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
Like,
this gives a lot of opportunity for where the puzzles lie. And so a lot of puzzles work off of simple like mechanics, but that are themed to the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, the
Oh, ads are going.
Oh, ad time.
Do you want a BRB during ads?
Yeah, let's go ahead and BRB.
Okay.
Stream pause menu. Skaboop. All right. Okay.
We're so back. Look how
We're
back
so
we
back.
are.
Right, so we got the... It could be find a key card of some kind. That can then be used further in the, so it can be a key to multiple things, potentially. So oftentimes, so there are, essentially, an escape room is a series of locks and keys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the airlock door is a lock. The key card is a key. Very clear, straightforward. But other things like codes are keys. Number pads are locks. Oftentimes, and then magnets can be keys or locks, right? So, like, say you have an item that has to be placed somewhere specific to unlock something. That is, the magnet on the bottom of the item, it makes that item a key, and the magnet in the desk, it makes that the lock, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are often used. So different, like, visual identities. For example, the rotation of certain items are important. Could be used like different things, but it has to make sense in the lore, right? So our lore has a lot of things that could be like notes or things hidden in notes, things hidden in whatever. The idea that they are body snatcher, as a body snatcher virus, means that not everybody is infected at once. So the people that are infected have to communicate via code or hints, codes, or slash double talk. So those count as decipherable keys, right? Number pads, not bads, number pads are locks, obviously. So each thing can be themed to the room that it's in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, the airlock door. So the first room would be the docking bay. You enter in the docking bay. Let's say maybe it's the docking bay itself is under a little bit of disrepair, and you can tell some stuff has happened, and there's a box, like a crate that is opened in that room.
Yeah.
That could be the inciting incident of the infection. But y'all don't know that. You just know it's a opened crate with some stuff in it, and maybe that stuff is useful later in the rooms. But like, starting with the theming, immediately that cargo is in the docking bay where y'all enter, right? So it starts immediately with the concept of the rooms. But before we get into the exact puzzles, let's describe each of the rooms and how they look, to give a vibe and what we can use to create the puzzles, right? So starting with the docking bay. It is slightly run down. One wall lined with spacewalk suits. Maybe 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give it like a, it doesn't have to be big, but it, like give the idea that this is where they keep their spacewalk suits.
Yeah.
Spacewalk suits. Crates that are covered in one Now, it's likely whatever's in this cargo is going to be like one item or one object. Like,
Yeah.
because you don't usually pack a bunch of stuff into a cargo crate. Usually it's like all of its egg substitute or all of its toothpaste or all of its, whatever, right? A
Mhm.
product of some kind. So we can figure out what product is packed into these, and like it could potentially be like a powder substance of some kind, but that could be messy. It could be a, maybe it's hard drives or something. It could be a lot of different things, right? But this is something that would need to be figured out. But it has the crates in it, and it would also have the airlock door. Airlock door that requires credentials to unlock. So usually you want the first puzzle to be something easier so that players start getting the momentum of solving puzzles. So every single first puzzle in all of the escape rooms I worked in was a very easy one. It was usually finding something and then putting it somewhere, right?
Makes
so
sense.
this one would be finding the credentials and using them to unlock the door, right?
Yeah, simple.
So, simple. Super simple first puzzle to start getting players going, right? And they're like, the momentum of, yeah, we've solved the first puzzle immediately, this is easy, let's go. And then they get harder over time. So, like, the airlock you having to find the credentials in a spacesuit, and then unlocking the way to the hallway is a super simple puzzle, but it is still an obstacle into getting into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is, I think, a fantastic, like, first puzzle for this docking bay room. But I think there should also be a couple more things in the docking room that aren't necessarily useful yet, right? Like, so what could be in the crates is one of them. Maybe one of these spacewalk suits has something else in it or attached to it, or there's a clue on it somehow, like one of them's like torn up or something. There could be a lot of different things. Maybe there's a note in one of its pockets, right?
Mm-hmm. A weird substance, even.
Yeah. To set atmosphere and be used later. So something that escape rooms, at least the ones that I've been to, love to use are black lights.
Mm.
So it could
That's
be a
fun.
black light blood message. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. So this is what usually this would be about what you find in the first room of the
Right?
in
Black
the
lights
first
do make a
room.
lot of sense.
Yeah, they're fantastic in a scenario like this. And it makes sense that would be some like a black light of some kind would make sense to either find on the ship or have as a cleaner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that you can find later on to use in your
The player could also have
investigation.
starting equipment.
Yes. So sometimes they can. It
Yeah.
depends on the room.
Sorry, I phrased that as a question, but I meant like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they could
No,
have
you're
starting
correct.
equipment.
1000%. Let me turn my music back on. I forgot I turned it off for the pause. There we go.
Oh, music, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I've had my Spotify just running in the back. Just because. I want to listen to some music. I'm not taking this one too like seriously as like it has to be a VOD. It's gonna be a VOD, but the music's gonna be cut out anyway, so whatever. So this is like what would be in the docking bay as far as like the vibe and the setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then next room would be the corridor. I can't spell corridor to save my fucking life. I think that's how you spell it, but I'm probably not correct. I think it may have 2 R's.
I
Who
think
knows?
it's 2 R's. Hey, I can look. We have
We can
technology.
Google. We have the technology.
It's 2 R's.
Okay, like this? With 2
Yes.
O's as well at the end, or 1?
That's correct. The way you have it's correct.
Okay, fantastic. Finally got it right. Let's see, corridor. The corridor is going to have more more blood splats potentially as well as maybe bullet. Maybe bullet holes in walls. Like a last shootout sort of happened here as they were leaving to get away from this whatever back into the docking bay to try and escape.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately fruitless.
Yeah.
So maybe the story is like there was a last shootout in this hallway and they had to leave. More blood splats as well as bullet holes in walls. As far as like clues go, there could be a terminal. With so you have to find everyone's credentials. Whoever's credentials you have at the start could be maybe one of the lower level workers, so you don't have all that a lot of access to a lot of things, but you can get some information to begin with. What's up, kitten? Hi, baby. My baby's yelling at me. I probably have to feed them real quick. I will be right back.
Very important.
Indeed. I'm coming. I
Which is
have
good enough.
returned with myself.
Welcome back.
Thank you. What y'all talking about?
I have been focused.
Focused. Nice. Terminal with email credentials to unlock different accounts. Could be a good way to both disseminate clues as well as give lore. The quarter doesn't have to have a ton, but it should have some.
Yeah, something.
Mm-hmm.
Like something dropped, maybe. It's just a corridor.
Yeah. It could. How about there is some. Maybe there are. Right. So this is another key that we have set up for a future lock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Page marked outside of the crew living quarters contains a clue on page that is marked. So basically, this is going to be more lore with the terminal on the wall and the book on the floor. Maybe the book could be a book that, like, if somebody has read it, it hints towards what that is, right? Like, it could be like a Revenge of the Body Snatchers book or some shit like that, right?
Yeah. Something thematic.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But like in the book, there's a folded page, like maybe the page number, and there's like a little code written on the page itself.
Damn, could you imagine reading something like that and then like looking up and like, wait a
it's happening.
second,
Oh, no.
I'm seeing my
Oh,
life
no.
reflected in this.
This sucks.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why they were aware enough to mutiny, or attempt to prevent it from happening. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But that's all that this corridor really needs. On the next part of it, it would be the storage room that is also unlocked.
The storage room could have where they drug the cargo, so
Yep.
we can get more information there.
More cargo boxes. It could have cleaning supplies. Supples. My cat wants to look out the window. Give me a few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta open up the blinds.
It's important.
Yep. It's winter time, ain't it, Tonar? Look out the window. Here we go. Okay. She is now actively looking out the window.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. It also could have the black light storage in there.
Mm-hmm.
It could have maybe a backup credential, like key card that's not assigned to anyone but can be used to enter the terminal for like admin stuff. Maybe that can then, once you get into the terminal, you can then unlock one of the doors from the terminal. Maybe something was hidden by the body snatchers in here. It could be
What are their motivations? What are they trying to do? Take control of the ship?
Yeah, it could be that they are just attempting to propagate their species by taking over humans. And they happen to have been ejected out of another ship to save that ship, picked up by this ship, and unwittingly, and it started infecting them. And maybe their goal was to get back to a planet to spread further. So maybe their goals was to just survive and not be noticed, but that went downhill. We'll figure out like more specifics in a bit, but I think this could have open to further information. It is so this room is not meant to be exciting as a room in concept.
Yeah.
Like, they are just not. They're not meant to be like this, you know, super fancy, whatever. So it's just a storage room that can be thematic. That would then, maybe we could unlock the mess hall via the terminal, admin terminal. And I think this is like, so these three are going to be relatively quick succession. So you unlock the docking bay with the key code, you find the stuff in the storage room, you find the corridor, and the mess hall is unlocked in the terminal itself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? From the corridor terminal. And then that's where, like, so these are pretty rapid fire that you're going to be using going back and forth between other rooms. The corridor, obviously. The docking bay is going to have some stuff in the future. And the storage room also will have some stuff for the future. But it also immediately unlocks the mess hall, which is going to be... your tables and benches with trays and
Hey. Hello. Hello. Hi. Oh, big stretch.
Oh, is there a pet?
Yeah. Blythe is in here.
Sweet. Oh, adorable.
Apparently he was outside my door.
Aw. Poor Babin. You just wanted in. You just wanted to hang out.
He doesn't have a chair in here like he does in Kevin's office, so...
Aw. Poor fella.
No, I think he's fine.
Okay.
He's got chairs everywhere.
He's got his chairs throughout the territory.
Mm-hmm.
He makes himself cozy.
Yeah. Oof. Oof. Eek. Ah. Okay, where was I? Sorry, I was putting a shirt on because my cat wanted the window open more, and I don't want to be seen without a shirt.
Probably good.
I can't be seen without my glasses. That's a Johnny Bravo quote.
When I go outside
their
naked,
crossover
people
with-
throw garbage at me.
Mm.
That's a friend's quote.
Ah, I did not know that. We both quoted things the other probably didn't know.
I didn't know that. I have seen Johnny Bravo, but like,
Yeah, it's actually a Scooby-Doo Johnny Bravo crossover episode.
you know what? I have seen that one.
It's when he and Velma bump into each other.
Eh,
They both drop their glasses. She says, "I can't see without my glasses."
I
And he
can't
says,
be
"I
seen
can't be
with my
seen without
glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about
And
that.
they end up putting on each other's glasses. It's very funny. It's a fun little scene. Okay, so in the mess hall, a few tables and benches with trays. Can see into the kitchen. But cannot enter. There is a condiment /
Yeah.
counter
I can't reach you from here.
for that contains open salt packets. So something I think could be interesting is that these things have a weakness that makes it apparent that they are not human any longer, right? So for example, maybe they get harmed by large amounts of salt, sort of like a slug. So the open salt packets the So that is a clue as to maybe what happened here. The salt underneath, right? I think a clue or a puzzle to unlock here.
What? I can make some in a little bit. We got soup and rice balls. Sorry, Kevin's asked me what we have.
No worries. Wall locker / food. Use it to sub to Ollie. Subscribe right now.
Very true.
Do it. Let's see. Wall locker or food vending machine. You know how in Fallout they have those like food vending machine wall thingies
Yeah.
that you can like unlock with a pin or whatever that then dispenses a food item? I think inside you can visibly see that you have to get a key card from there. And so
yeah.
like you have to unlock that food vending machine. to get into, to get that key card. And I think that key card can then unlock the command. So it would be a later key card to get that you can unlock that vending machine from in the kitchen. Because that makes sense to me as like you can see it, but like that's where the food is put in. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Fantastic. Okay. We can put more clues in here in a minute, but to get to the from the mess hall to the living quarters, I think the mess hall should contain some sort of note that will, or something, to unlock the living quarters. So perhaps there is a like a clipboard, maybe.
Clipboard with like instructions.
Used by ensure food safety.
Yeah. Which would have like, to clean this or whatever, you need to do this to open it.
Right? So it has some other information, but that it shows you how to open the cupboards that are above that has the salt in the cabinets here, right? To restock them, perhaps. And in that cabinet there is a potentially the credential for the that unlocks living quarters, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's maybe each living quarter is separate, so this is only one of the living quarters. Like this doesn't have to be the full like ship. So maybe there's fake door here, and then there's a fake door here that you can't unlock. But they're just to make the world feel more lived in, right? So that like perhaps this is only one of the living quarters there are multiple living quarters, right?
Yeah.
So, right, where was I? To unlock the living quarters. And so a majority of the information needs to be within the mess hall, the living quarters, and the command and the kitchen. So those 4 places have to have a lot of information in them.
Yeah.
Both lore-wise and, like, just story-wise, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and then add more. All right, and then we're going to move this over. There we go, just to make it easier for myself so it's not like going down the middle of the page. All right, we got those 3, which are relatively small. The big one here, we're going to be adding more to it for sure.
Absolutely.
The living quarters, but we can build those on top of each other. So up next is living quarters. It could have a set of two sets of bunk beds, so 4 in total. 4 beds in total. So.
Of course he did. All the chairs, and he goes to my spot in the bed.
Hell yeah. Favorite, because it smells. It smells like parental.
Yeah, but then he gets mad at me if I try to move him because I need to sit there.
Yep, of course. So, in my imagination, and I'm just going to do a little quick drawing of this, the layout of this living quarters, right, is going to be maybe like the door is in the center of the room, and then we've got bunk bed here, with 2 trunks underneath each facing that direction at the very, like, underneath fully, so that, like, this is storage for one and then storage for the other, right, for personal belongings.
Mm-hmm.
Under each of them, because this is going to be like a utilitarian, like these are like not the captain's quarters or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Then we have desk. We could have either desk here, like 2 desks back to back against the back wall, with chairs like this, and then cabinets, a cabinet space like right here on each of them, and then like a lamp, sort of like a lamp attached to the wall to point down or whatever, with like writings or whatever on, like, just stuff from each of the people on each of the desks, right? Or it could be like reversed, where like the cabinets are kind of right here, so that they pull out onto the edge of the bed or whatever. I want it to feel sort of like cramped, right?
Yeah, it's a spaceship.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, the people are sitting here, they sit right next to each other, there's a light above each one, and so information is kind of stored in this area, right? Maybe there's like a poster on the wall in some locations or whatever, and each, like, and like these things can contain both lore and as well as like world building and clues.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the living quarters are cramped, but can basically fit 4 person to a living quarter room, right? That way we can have 4 characters accounted for in that one room, right?
Yeah.
And so, say we found the credentials in the docking bay credentials. We can name some characters up here. I'm just gonna name Bill, Tanner, Kyle, and Jeb.
Tanner, Jeb
are the 4 that live in right.
Mm-hmm.
This could be, say, chef, this could be janitor, this could be hauler, and this could be what's another one that would be in this?
navigator. Ensign.
Could be navigator. I was thinking like this room be like the lower level employees, right?
Yeah.
So something else in that like air, or maybe maintenance,
Maintenance. That's a good one.
right? So these are all like lower level, like the quote unquote blue collar employees on the ship that are needed to staff it, right?
Yeah.
So like there's not like a ton of like high level information in here. Most of that will come from the command center. But this has like the people, and maybe it was building up from the like it started with the hauler first infected, or yeah, because he was the one pulling in the. And maybe he's friends with these guys, so maybe Tanner was the second, third, and this guy was the. This guy's the guy that realized what's going on, right? Because his roommates started to change.
Yeah.
The chef stopped cooking with salt. So like this, like a bunch of stuff happened with these guys that Jeb figured out. So maybe Jeb has a diary of some sort in his living quarter bunk or in his like little trunk that you can unlock to get more information and maybe some clues. And maybe like these guys are talking in code to each other using notes. And that you can find in their bunks, right?
Maybe you have one person who started to decipher the code but didn't get very far. So you have like bits and pieces of information that you can use.
Jeb would be the perfect one for that.
Yeah.
Lore info in the room. That contain personal notes that contain clues and code. This is kind of like obviously a broad section, and that could be like trimmed down, but a lot of the info is going to be in like the trunks and the cabinets here and whatever, where a lot of that is sort of found. Maybe some storage, the storage info is connected through that, the kitchen is connected through that, the mess hall is connected through that, and the docking bay are all connected to this like one living quarters, so this gives context to previous rooms when you open it. Now, to get into command, I believe you would probably need the info from maintenance. To get to command room. Maintenance info needed to get to command room. And the maintenance key is the one that's in the kitchen. So, need to get right? To get maintenance key card. So that gives you a line through so to get the living quarters, you need that information to then get into the kitchen, which then allows you to get the box here that contains the key to the command room, right?
Yes.
So, what, kitten? What is it, my baby? Oh, she's so cute. She say hello. She come to get pets. My sweet babies. we're having to give her like little jump down spots because she's getting old. She's 12 years old and now she's starting to fear bigger jumps. So we're giving her little jumping spots to like stair her way up things.
Aw. Baby.
Yeah. I've had her for most of her life, all but 1 year. So I've had her for 11 years.
That's a long time.
It is. She's such a sweetie. But she gets crotchety sometimes. She's an old bitch. Poor Lovey. Okay, so let's see here. And that gives us all of the keys and locks needed to get to the command center, which has the final puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, she's jumped onto the desk.
Well, attention is mandatory.
Attention is absolutely mandatory, folks. She's such a cutie doll. I love you, kitty. I love you. What are you doing? Please don't bite my cords. I need those. Miss. No, she's gonna rub on the microphone now. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
I can't because of CRISPR, but...
Gotcha. Fair. Kitty do be rubbing.
It's probably coming across on your side.
Huh?
It's probably coming across on your side.
Probably. She's also standing on my drawing pad, so I cannot continue yet. My tablet.
I should have plugged my tablet in. I've just been doing this by hand.
Hell yeah, pixel art by hand. We love it. But yeah, so this is command center. Let's see. It looks less run down. Oop. More organized. Terminals and larger window to see space across two walls. So for example, like the window would be sort of like a command center, like curved along the two walls there. So it's like a window that can see into, and then the terminals are like along there with like maybe a command or further navigations or comms or something over here with a chair and a chair and a chair, and then maybe like some kind of storage container like here or something, right? That allows for theming, like the theming to feel more realistic, because like there's the small window in the living quarters, but there's the bigger window here, and like no windows anywhere else because it's a luxury to have a window. But yeah, so like that kind of like gives it the how baby, what are you doing? You want more food? She may want more food. I'll be right back.
The cat has not been fed.
Soon? Are your ads running soon?
Yeah. I mean, I can run them now if you want to run yours now.
All right, I'll run mine now.
They have been fed.
Let's get scratching.
Yummy. Hee hee. back.
No, you're gonna dig this. No, you're gonna dig this.
Oh well, welcome back. Oh boy. I'm sorry. Yep, absolutely. Do you want to switch back to live, or you need a second? All right, we're back. Tea was spilt, but not the
fun kind.
Not the fun kind. So I did a little bit of work off cam, which is I wrote down the command center. It's less run down and more organized. The terminals and larger windows to see space across the two walls.
Hell yeah.
It contains the control terminals, the navigation terminal, etc. Once unlocked, you can use the codes found in the maintenance logs to either self-destruct the ship or to turn off the security shutdown to live, right? So there are the two options are either it will permanently so if you fail, it's permanently locked down, right? So if usually there's like an hour time limit or a 45-minute time limit for a room.
Mm-hmm.
So the getting through this would be the 45 probably a 45-minute at the moment. We can add more like complex clues or whatever or puzzles to up the time.
Yeah.
But so I think having an option at the end is a very fun twist. Usually you're just trying to get through it as fast as possible, but you can either self-destruct the ship because you know that there is like this virus on board, and you've learned about it and you've like read the clues and stuff, or you can turn off the security shutdown, which will allow you to continue living. And so I think the two options, it could be fun to have like a different after story based on which one you choose.
Absolutely.
Right? Let me turn my music back on. There we go. Yeah, so I think that's a fun like little thing you can do depending for the players, right?
Yeah.
Like basically different endings. Now there weren't. It was always the same ending at the debrief ending at the end of each of them, either the losing one or the winning one, for where I was working. But I think having two winning ones and one losing one would be a little bit more fun. Now that I think is like the full room breakdown. Now as far as aesthetic inspiration, we've got in my brain there's a lot of Doctor Who episodes that are in spaceships, obviously. So we could pull from there. We could pull from 2001: A Space Odyssey. We can pull from Soma or Alien.
Star Trek.
For that Star Trek. Right. So we can either go with a gritty realism, or a sleek futurism look for it, or we could go with retrofuturism. Which is that the goofy, bright, colorful space spaceships and stuff, sort of like Futurama-y, but more serious. So there's a couple of different options we can go for as far as aesthetically. The cheapest and easiest IRL would be gritty realism. Sleek futurism also may be easy to pull off depending. Retrofuturism would absolutely be the most expensive.
Yeah.
Right. If we were to do IRL. But all of them would probably cost about the same because we'd have to either buy assets on the Unity store if we were doing a video game, or create them ourselves to actually build this. So all of them would probably cost the same amount of time and labor for non-IRL. As far as IRL goes, gritty realism absolutely would be the cheapest to build, because it would just require a lot of industrial looking shit, as far as decorating the walls and stuff like that, just make it look like you're in a space station. I think sleek futurism is the most aesthetically, in my opinion, sharp. All the whites and the lights do a lot of the color tone and that kind of thing. Could be, but that is also a lot more difficult to pull off correctly because getting those large panels, because getting and keeping it clean and but also enough dirty to make it feel realistic. Is difficult to pull off.
Absolutely.
And as far as retrofuturism, there's a lot of design space there. to make it fun, but it's also the least like to fit that idea. I think gritty realism fits the theme the most, or sleek futurism fits the theme the most. Like those two feel like the most would fit the theme. Like retrofuturism, I think could be a cool diner concept. For the 50s diner one, like a
Yeah.
retrofuturistic space diner, that could be another. Like that's a good combo, but for future whatever. But for this one, I think gritty realism versus sleek futurism would be our main choice here, in my opinion.
Yeah. I
Do you have
like.
an
I am partial to sleek futurism,
Mhm.
just because like very heavily like Star Trek inspired kind of aesthetics I like,
Mhm. Mhm.
and but like gritty realism
I
is
think
also not a bad thing. So
yeah, I think maybe there could be a sort of a combination, like
yeah.
say maybe the docking bay and the storage and the living quarters are all relatively retro future or not or not retro gritty realism. The
Mm-hmm.
corridor maybe has a little bit more of that sleek futurism feel alongside like the mess hall. The
Yeah.
kitchen is grittier. The mess hall itself is a little bit more aesthetic because more like the captain will go in there to eat, and then the command center is very sleek because like the hierarchy of a company sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like this is like the boss's work command area, so obviously I think that would be like nicer and sleeker. So potentially we could have like a sliding scale of gritty realism to sleek futurism in the thing itself. I think a lot of like grays, greens, and like blues could be like a good color, like white, gray, green, and blue could be like a decent like color combo. That isn't used a ton in space. So I see a lot of like yellows and reds in a lot of like space media as far as like lighting and things like that. I think to stand out or to like still feel like it but not be like, I think green feels more gritty and blue feels more futurism. So like it has like green lighting in like the docking bay and the like dim green lighting, and then like blue lighting in or like like that sterile kind of lighting in the corridors and the mess hall and stuff like that.
I'm more partial to
Um,
blues and greens anyway.
yeah. So this I think is a good like color palette. Uh, for the the feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that so as far as like aesthetic inspiration, we can maybe find images later to kind of like pull from.
Yeah.
But I have like the general ideas of like the layouts of the rooms in my brain. I'm just gonna draw each one, just mentally get that going. Like say this is the docking bay. The entrance to the docking bay is like a door right here. From the outside of the room to get into the room is there. And then say there's like a fake garage door right here that's sort of like the airlock, whatever, that brings in like cargo from outside, right?
Yeah.
So like the ships would dock right up to here, and then they come in through here and whatever. And then we have the spacesuits all along the wall right here. We've got like the couple of cargo boxes kind of like piled right here. Right, and then this one's sort of like opened with like the lid like tilted on it like here, and then like all the stuff in it, and it has like the door into the actual like whatever. I think having sliding doors would be like very aesthetic, but it'd be probably more expensive to do it that way.
Yeah.
But say like you have the door that then slides open this way with the keypad like right here or whatever that goes into the hallway, and say there's like the caution tape, like the yellow caution tape here, and then the like with arrows on the ground of tape, and then have like a keep clear or whatever, like just like all of the like the safety stuff you'd expect
Yeah.
in like a whatever, right?
Yeah,
Like
make
on
it
the
all.
floor, that all that, make it very industrial feeling in,
Yeah.
in the entry room. Once that the space lock either opens from like slides out that way, we have the corridor, which is a little bit more. Let's say the corridor is right here, and it goes swoop.
Love a good
Swoop.
swoop.
Thank you. I like swoops. All right, and let's say this is here, and then on this wall is a terminal. So this is the terminal right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that kind of sticks out of the wall a little bit. It's got the keyboard and whatever. And then the book can be found like right here, which is right next to the door to the bedroom, right? The sliding door that maybe opens this way or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
With the beds like on either side. And you remember the drawing I did for that. This is just like a generic drawing of it. With a tiny window right in the center, right there, with the lights above it. Very like dim and dark and
Yeah.
kind of dank feeling in this room. And then the storage closet would be, say, right here, or the storage room or whatever, right? Would be right here, and then in it is just like it just slides open like this, or could this could even be one that like has like the double sliding doors or whatever. That's just like a simple small door, whatever. So like the storage would have like the not cabinets. What is it? A shelf, like right here with maybe some lockers along the back here. Has some extra like suits or whatever. It has like an extra couple of cargo boxes right here that are the same cargo boxes as out here. And then like the lockers is something you have to open to get the
Yeah.
to get more of the information. And like maybe some like mops and buckets or whatever, and then the mag light or like the black light can be like up on the shelf up here alongside maybe like a helmet aesthetically or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's like the storage closet essentially taken care of. Maybe have a fake door right here that doesn't unlock, a fake door right here.
Make it look like there's more.
More stuff, yeah. And then this one is the kitchen door, which then like kind of like has this to it, like this, like the service counter is essentially, so like the food vending machine little thing that gets filled up by the people in the kitchen here, or you can have like a little ordering platform right here where people can like order custom whatever if they want. And then the grill would be maybe back here alongside the fridge on this side, with like, you know, you can find stuff in there that could be useful for puzzles or whatever. The counter right here also has the prep counter along right here and right here. So this is like the oven and the grill or whatever. And then like
That
storage.
Safety
and whatever.
clipboard or whatever could be in there somewhere.
Yeah, the safety clipboard could be like right here, like on it with like the list and more information, and like the key card is found in there. And then the mess hall itself would go to maybe right here, and then we have like table with benches along here potentially, or maybe there could be like the line is like set up right here, right? They just have like a little thing to indicate like a line, and then they have like little arrows of like stand in line like this or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you exit out through here, and it's like just a little like in case, so like when the whole crew comes to order food, they can do it that way. And And then the tables can be something like the doors right here. The tables can be like right here, 1 table, 2 tables, or something along the lines, something like that. So that the flow is you go in this way and then come out that way.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it may flow better if we have the door on the other side. Perhaps the door is like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it flows. You can come in, line up here, along like the wall here, and it flows in. You can either go straight over here around, like, and then just do whatever. Like this is the little condiment thingy here, with the clues and and the salt.
Mm-hmm.
That's Condi. You don't know her. She goes to a different school. And then here is like
She's from Canada,
two
actually.
like
She's
longer.
pretty cool.
Nice. I'm glad you met her. She's worthwhile.
Mhm.
Anyway, you have like the tables right here, which has like the benches or whatever. Instead like not having like individual chairs, it's just like a a communal like eating bench, like you would expect. And then maybe there's like posters here for like daily tasks, or like maybe like an event board or something, like on the wall right there.
Yeah.
Maybe like a menu along the wall right here, and then like the condiment table is where a lot of like the salt whatever is like the condiments for the top is kept underneath here.
Mm-hmm.
So you like find like I don't know, ketchup, mustard, salt, pepper, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like the salt is the one that's been rated, so that makes sense in lore wise. And then like on the desks there's like maybe some notepads or like some trays with utensils like kind of scattered, and like a cup, and then like somebody was drawing here or something, and like maybe it's like some kind of clue on the drawings itself, stuff like that. And then command would be, so again, fake door right here, and then command would be like right here. With the like elongated curve there with the big window in the back. And all the electronics for that window could be here, because I think it would be neat to have like a couple of screens kind of across there.
Yeah.
That'd obviously be expensive in real life, but it could be something that like has like lights flickering or whatever, just to kind of give it the illusion of space.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be like super detailed, but it's just something to indicate like this is space. And then maybe like a storage thing here. The navigator's desk is like along the wall here, with like readouts and whatever on like the monitors and whatnot here, and then the captain's monitor here, and like secondary like worker monitors here with like chair, and like that's the interior there. So fake, and then we could potentially put something right here on the wall right here. Maybe it could be like a update board or something or other. Like it could be like a safety like bulletin or whatever, or something like, hey, you should sign up for the union or something like that. It's like a union board, something like that could be there. Just to give it more flavor and more world. And you can probably find notes or whatever that have been hidden here. It could be a good place for the black light to be used alongside in the bedroom and in the here.
Mm-hmm.
In the kitchen potentially. As far as like blood goes, maybe there could be like blood splatters here, and then like blood footprints coming this way. And then maybe there was a like kerfuffle in the kitchen, is like kind of where like the whatever started, and then it kind of leads out that way, right? And then information can be gathered elsewhere. I think that makes for a solid like design of a space that feels real but is also compact.
Yeah.
And that gives us all of that, and then now all that needs to be done is the specific puzzles for each puzzle. So let's list out what needs to be a puzzle where, right? So each of these arrows is a puzzle. So from the docking bay, okay, docking bay door puzzle. I'm just gonna write them all out, and then we can create them as we go.
All right.
So, so the one from storage into mess hall. So it would be mess hall door puzzle. We need a puzzle going from the mess hall to living quarters. We need the information in the corridor terminal puzzle. We need the kitchen, we need the mess hall salt puzzle. We need the command door puzzle. We need the okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 puzzles there. We probably could do with one more, and then the
In addition to the one you're writing now?
no. So this is 10. So I think
Okay.
10 is a good number of puzzles for an escape room,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the docking bay door puzzle. We have the mess hall door puzzle. We have the living quarters door puzzle. We have the terminal unlock and information puzzle. We have the mess hall salt puzzle, so the figuring out the salt. We have the command door puzzle. We have the maintenance codes that are needed to unlock further puzzles. So it's like a mid-tier puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
The secret mind snatcher code puzzle to unlock the option to maybe get into the kitchen. We need the puzzle to unlock and stop the ship at the very end in this terminal, right? So I think this one can be black. So I'm going to like list what I think they should be. So this is a key card find. This one I think should be blacklight. So say, what's his name writes it in blood on the wall. Jeb writes it in blood on the wall on the exit as he's dying. To give like the black light, you can see it or whatever, and they tried to wash it off, but you can still see the code kind of thing, right? The Mind Snatcher puzzle can be found in diary codes.
Yeah.
which could be found in the terminal or in potentially paper. I think the terminal would be best for the diary codes, and then the maintenance codes would be in a personal diary. Or like a maintenance book, potentially, in
Yeah.
his luggage.
It's like a logbook.
Yeah. Email codes, which
Yeah.
can be gotten from the key cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The command door. This is through the maintenance codes are like unlocked. So this one unlocks this one and this one. The command door is what's found through black light. I think maybe this one should be the black light one. And this one instead goes to this one is instead the one that's found in the diary. So you have to find the information on how to shut down the ship after like getting the codes to like turn off the ship or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mess hall salt puzzle. This can be found in the information in you can find the information for it. So info in bedroom or emails. And that is used to unlock kitchen. Right, so maybe there's something on the kitchen door that is like physically locking it.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe a type of, I don't know, what looks like goo, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
And if you pour salt into it, it will come off. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that could be, it could be a way to use the they're weak to salt idea.
Yeah.
And that is the corridor terminal. That is unlocked via key cards. Becomes more keys. So the corridor terminal puzzle, once you've opened the terminals, each of the terminals becomes further keys to other locks.
Mm-hmm.
The living quarters door can be found through the storage room. The spare key card may have a blank code that will unlock that door. The mess hall door can be opened through the
Isn't that the one we find on the... Oh, no, never mind. That's in the mess hall.
So these
Yeah.
are some options here. They don't have to be perfect, but we can get, like, those are general ideas for it.
Yeah.
Let me stretch real quick. Ugh.
Absolutely.
So those are a lot of, like, different options for puzzles. Now, obviously these can change. We can do whatever we want with them, etc., etc. But I think having maybe 2 blacklight puzzles would be a good idea. Having 2 to 3 email search puzzles, like looking through the emails. 2 to 3 keycard puzzles. So like it's repetitive, like you already have in the back of your mind, this can be used to unlock things, and then you find the right one. Or figure out the right, like, whatever. Like, maybe the key cards are code numbers, like, 0, something along the lines of, like, 0, 1, 3, 5, 1, 0, 1, 3, 5, 2, 0, 1, 3, 5, 4, and then this one is missing, so you know that it can be somebody's. Perhaps that that code can be one of the ones to get into the kitchen or get into the, like, something, right? So once you find that they are in sequential order, you can use the missing information to get a code, right? So like by elimination, so something like that. And maybe the commanders is 0, 1, 3, 5, 0, because it's the first one or something along those lines, right? So something along those lines, right? So just to give like they're just sequential numbers or whatever. So you may be able to use them in a certain way that way. And then like that gives a general idea of like the pacing of the rooms, right? I think this one could be a relatively quicker room. I think this one is probably a 45-minute room unless we make some of these puzzles more difficult. But I think a 45-minute room is fine, especially for a first one. And this one feels more theme than difficulty. Like this could be one that like gets people into escape rooms, right?
Yeah.
So like the medieval one was very easy that we ran, right? And it was the recommended for beginners or first-time escape room artists. And the what was it? The murder mystery in the penthouse was one of the harder ones, right?
Yeah.
So like it'd be like this would be an easier one, but more thematic to get people in the door. It's like, oh, that sounds fun. Let's do that, right? So I think that would be what this room would be. Let me go ahead and write on the easier side. Okay, cool. On the easier side. And that gives us an outline of the escape room. Do you have any things you want to add to that need to be changed? Do you think would it could use whatever?
I think this is a good skeleton.
Awesome. I'm glad of that. Words. I've been using my brain a lot this morning. So I'm starting to hit a wall. Oh my goodness.
If we wanted to add any time to it, we could have like backtracking.
Yeah, I think the backtracking is kind of built in with the black light.
Yeah.
I think there is some. I think this is a good set of puzzles for the rooms, right?
Yeah, and I think the space is set up pretty well.
Thank you. I think it makes for like a good like kind of cramped ship. It's like a tighter, like this isn't like some Imperial starship or whatever. This is like a small ship that maybe they do like scavenging or whatever, right?
Which would make sense for picking up cargo. Exactly.
Maybe they're like a scavenger ship, or they're like a transport ship or something like that, like a low importance style of ship. Thus, that explains the crampedness and the whatever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that could be like the general gist of the room. I think that would be one. I think it'd be fun as hell to run. I really like the theming of it. I want to kind of draw, like down here, I want to kind of draw some like concept art
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, right? But right now I'm not like in the drawing mood, so I'm gonna save that for later.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and save this. No, it's not called illustration. It's called. What the fuck is going on? Why is it tilting? What happened?
And I
Why did
can
it do
be
that?
a little more hands-on with that stuff too.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to have that. Sorry, I was a little bit kind of railroady on this. I was just trying to.
No, you had an idea in mind and you're executing it. I like that. It's fine. Nothing to apologize for.
Do you have a idea for a name? Maybe it could be something along the lines of mystery of the
Could give the ship a name and use that.
mystery on the SS. Let me see. Let me look up. Let me fix the fucking rotation too. Hang on.
Yeah, that just happened while you were naming it, I think.
Okay, I think I got it fixed. And it's saved. Okay. Let me look up some ideas for names.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is Greek for usurper?
Ooh.
I don't know how to spell that.
Usurper, I think. No. Maybe.
I'm gonna Google.
I think it's USURPER.
Usurper is an illegitimate or controversial claimant to power. Okay, usurper. I'm just gonna look up usurper in other languages. We have a bunch of different ones here. Let's see. It seems to be a loan word in a lot of languages.
Go figure.
The usurpator, which is Latin. Um,
Let's see. I have an idea.
the despot?
Yeah, I'm looking like synonyms.
Yeah.
Persevere.
So copier, or somebody who copies something, is a librarius. But I think that means to like. There's also the Latin translator for imitator or counterfeiter, which is emula, Aemula. The SS Emula.
That could work.
I'll write it down.
Google Translate can translate into Klingon. Other synonyms we could use is snatch, take over, convert, occupy.
I've got a couple of them. I've got a couple of them here.
I feel like a 3-syllable name is good. Meaty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've got a couple of them. So it could be mystery on scavenger class. I think 3 words. So scavenger class as the like beginning title, right? Like so the ship class is a scavenger. The final word could be a Latin word. I have a couple of them. The reputator, which is a counterfeiter, a fictor, which is a forger, and falsarius is also a forger. The mendax is a liar. So the scavenger class mendax, I think, kind of flows well.
Yeah.
But all of them, I think, I like them, so I've written them down. What do you think of those?
I kind of like repetitor.
Mystery class repetitor, or scavenger class repetitor, repetitor, reputator.
Reputator.
Okay. Mystery on the scavenger class reputator.
Mendax, I think, is also good. Mendax has a very, like, It's got the X in it, so it's pretty like
Mhm.
sci-fi sounding.
It feels very sci-fi. It's definitely, like Scavenger Class Mendax. I think is like it flows a lot.
Yeah.
So my vote's for Mendax.
We can go with Mendax.
Okay, mystery on, or maybe it's on. Maybe it's not mystery. We don't use the word mystery. We use something else. A little more direct. Maybe it's but that doesn't give it away. Disaster. Or maybe mutiny. Or the scavenging of Scavenger Class Mendax.
There's too many scavenging in one title.
Yeah, I was like, maybe the repetition would work, but the reclaiming Scavenger Class Mendax. Investigating Scavenger Class Mendax.
Searching.
I want the title to be kind of like not a giveaway of what it is exactly, you know? So, reclaiming, investigating, mystery on, searching, the trapped on Scavenger Class Mendax.
That could work.
Okay, Scavenger Class Mendax. So one of these would be the starting words. Trapped on Scavenger Class Mendax. Searching. I think Trapped on kind of works well. Because you are technically like, it's locked down or whatever. Or it could be locked on Scavenger Class Mendax.
I like Locked On.
Locked on Scavenger Class Mendax. Because it kind of gives like the vibe of, oh, we're locked on, we've targeted, we've whatever, you know. So it definitely feels very sci-fi. Locked on Scavenger Class Mendax feels like a good flowing title for a room as well. I think we got a winner there.
Yeah. Very
Locked on
sci-fi
Scavenger
feels.
Class. Yep. Locked on Scavenger Class Mendax. Hell yeah. And so this is kind of what goes into designing an escape room. I think genuinely this is a good concept for a room.
I mean, I think so. I mean, I haven't done any in real life, but
They're fun. Definitely, if we ever meet up IRL, we should probably do an escape room. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
absolutely. We have several around me, actually.
We got one that's like literally 15 minutes from my apartment, that I went to with my partner. They had a pirate one that we did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Actually, so I'm every other Friday I collab with Green Guy, and we're doing like a video game escape room right now.
Oh hell yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. I'm just kind of stretching out.
Yeah.
Trying to, at least. Yeah. So, I think my brain has fried, and I am kind of at the end of my
Yeah.
mental rope right now.
Used
In
up
the
all
sense
the energy drink.
Yep, used up all the bandwidth. I think I've hit the wall. Especially not having streamed for many a month.
Oh, yeah.
Not many a month, but a single month. It's a long time.
It is a
not
long
streamed.
time.
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raid you, and then we can raid into somebody else unless you want to keep going.
Let's see, it's
But I
1:30.
think I'm done.
I'm gonna go a little longer, I think.
Okay, I'll raid into you then. I don't think I have any viewers, but I'm gonna raid into you.
Doesn't matter. Everybody. That was fun.
It was. I agree. All right, I'm gonna start the raid.
Oh yeah.
And ooh. Waiting for the raid and raiding now.
Oh, thanks for the resub.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Woohoo!
Shout out to Default.
It's me, a Defaultio.
Yeah, and we can always collab more if you want.
Hell yeah, I'm always down. I really appreciate it. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna hop off
Yeah,
and rest.
definitely
But
do
I think
that.
I'm gonna like kind of tinker with this, and maybe we can work on it again in a future stream and
Oh,
make
yeah.
like the exact, I think, good concept. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your stream, y'all.
And you
Thank
get
you.
some good rest.
Thank you for having me.
Of course,
Bye-bye.
anytime. Bye. Okay, we're going to I'm gonna save this. And we're gonna play some Mario. Mario. I should put us in Paper Mario. Boom. Perfect. For some reason, my controller never works until I do that. So we beat the chapter 2 boss. Yeah, that's right, that starts locked. I'm gonna go back down to the sewers. Right here. So I think there's a fight here. And there it is. And there he is, Kevin. Should have changed my member before going into this fight. Uh-oh. He keeps spawning those. I'm going to... just hammer through this guy. I hate that they heal. I'm so tired of button mashing. Oh, I got ads, so I'll be right back. Look how back we are. I have less time to play than I thought I did, but we are going to make the most of it, hopefully, and beat this guy. At the very least. Mario refreshes. Gotta mash this. Why did it only heal for 6? It did 7 last time. Fuck. That is Paper Mario. It's actually Paper Mario Master Quest, which is a ROM hack of the original. I didn't realize he could poison me. I should have saved refresh. It might be over, actually. Whoops. It's not over. No, this is well, it's a ROM, but it's a Nintendo 64, the Nintendo 64 version. Unfortunately, I don't know if you could get this to play on the Switch. Maybe if you hacked the Switch, but I don't have a hacked Switch. Let's see if I can block it this time. Thank God I had that badge on. That made it so that when I'm at low health, I take less damage. Darn. This might be a death. It's probably gonna be a death. That's fine. I don't want to use my life shroom on this guy, so I can always come back to him. Stop charging up. I should have just waited. Oh, I don't have a Nintendo 64 console anymore. I used to. But we've moved a few times and it's just not around anymore. This is an emulation with my legally obtained ROM. I'm gonna reset though. I'm not gonna use a life shroom on this chump. You can see how much health they have. So probably 6. Wish I had the badges that made me stronger when I was at low health. But I just have a defensive one. Alright, we are resetting. I'm about to level up. I could just level up. Let's fight a guy. Not that guy. How much of this have I explored? Okay, I've been over here. I believe I've been over here. I have indeed. Style points. How does that not kill? Body slam should kill, and another throw. Let's go. So they probably have like 8 health. Jay, welcome in. Get gazed upon, nerd. I'm gonna do BP. Because I can just equip FP+. Oh. So I've explored as much as I could, other than that one fight. That I don't really feel like doing right now. So let's start the next chapter. Oh no, there's a spooky ghost. Didn't see anything. Nothing to see here, folks. Oh no. We shan't leave Lady Bow waiting. I do not remember the way. How dare they? Oh, he bamboozled me. I got bamboozled. I forgot to heal my FP before I came in here. A spine. Hope that doesn't come back to bite me. Oh, that actually stings her. Okay. I thought maybe that wouldn't. Alas. Hello. Guess I'm just gonna take it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, double my star points. Worth every penny. I'm actually gonna heal. Sleepy, sleepy little guy. Oh, hi! The boy! Hello. Hello, the boy! I know what he wants from me. Alright. Hello, creature. He's so funny. Yeah. Juked. Get juked, nerd. This is important. Hopefully that was right. Cool. Oh, I can just walk through that. Okay. Oh, mushrooms. Get juked. Oop. I got cocky. Oh my god. Chill out. The one where they didn't fall off. Did I go back one? Nope, we're good. I love this part of the game. Oh, I have to fight. Okay. Good thing I didn't get into any fights. Okay, they count as being on the ground. I can't hit him. Hit the wrong button there. Just gonna do nothing. What is the timing on that? Easy peasy. Bombette rules. Okay, hi. Hello. How are you? Yeah? He's talking to me. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna end it here. I think I'm gonna end it here so I can go feed the dog before I have my appointment. Thanks y'all so much for hanging out with me. I've had a blast. I hope you have too. Let's raid somebody. I got a raid message. I have a Discord. Who shall we raid? Let's go to Scully Frog. Alright, I'll see y'all tomorrow. With more Mario, probably. I love each and every one of you. Peace.